I'm just thrilled. We've been talking about this amazing book, Step Forward and Shine. We've been sharing different experiences around it all day long. And now we're going to get to hear from some of our amazing authors. We have over 20 authors here today that participated in this book. They have traveled in to share with each of you. So I would love for you to lean in, ears open, ready to receive what has been placed on their heart to share with you. And authors, we're going to do this by section. So this book has 6 powerful sections that were pulled forth. Every book that I get to lead has a different way it's structured. And sometimes I have a way that I find people and books and messages are categorized. This particular one, it was by vibration. Every section, 1 through 6, had a different vibrational energy that pulled and clustered the chapters in it. And then I muscle test and feel in to the order of every section. So who belongs in which section? And then within that section, what are the order of the chapters so that we can serve the reader at the highest level and meet with them as they go on a journey. So in the book, they can read it from cover to cover, taking that journey, or they can see which section draws them in, and then around that section in that chapter, it's going to have a similar vibration to meet them where they're at. Or sometimes they flip through and see which title draws them in. So today as we share, and we're going to do it section by section, we're going to start with section 1. I want you to feel in and see what the message is for you in that, what is pulling you forward. And I'll even share the page number. You can find their chapter. So you can take notes, enjoy, and be ready to meet our amazing authors of Step Forward and Shine, international #1 bestseller, multiple categories, multiple countries. We're honored to bring it to the world. If I could have our section 4 authors come on up. Holly's chapter start on page 103. Dr. Liz Lister's chapter starts on 124. So Dr. Liz, if I could have you come on up. Glad to have you here. Now, she is a midlife expert, midlife health expert, helping both men and women since 1990 regain their energy, balance their hormones, lose weight, and get back to who they truly are. And one of the things I love, well, I'll get to that in a moment. So many things I love about you. But she is a best-selling author. And this, I love this, because I know you say this phrase all the time. So what I love about her is she's absolutely passionate about people living their optimal health. Not just balance, but your optimal health. And I think that's really powerful. Let's welcome Dr. Liz Lister to the center of the stage.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
What if you learned that something that you thought was really bad for you turned out to be really good for you? I'm Dr. Liz Lister, and as a doctor and a hormone expert, I help women use bioidentical hormones and other natural treatments to feel their best at every age. Did you catch me saying the H word? Hormones? Okay, so here's the deal. If we're lucky, we get older. And as we get older, our hormone levels decline. Everything you've heard that's scary or dangerous about hormone therapy was based on the wrong kinds of hormone treatments. As we get older and our hormone levels decline, we can feel symptoms like feeling fatigue, or mood changes, or sleep gets disrupted, or weight gain. The right kinds of hormone treatments can fix the underlying cause of all of those issues. So if your doctor says that you just have to accept it, or you're just getting older, I invite you to reject the J word. We're not here to just tolerate not feeling well. We're here for magic, right? How magical do you want the second half of your life to be? I wrote my chapter, The Truth About Hormones, so that women can let go of fear of treatments that can help them feel better, so that you can feel your best in order to do your best, and you can step forward and shine at every age.
Beautiful. Thank you. Welcome. So we have Robert and Deanna Goldsmiths of the Goldsmiths joining us today. Excited to have you both here. We're getting to meet in person for the first time today. So that's wonderful. We've been on the journey for a while. It's about a year-long journey when we work on a book together. And so it's so nice and wonderful to actually meet people face to face on a journey like that. So I wanted to share just a little bit about them. So they have been lifelong financial professionals, life partners, 25 plus years experience in the financial industry, and they've mentored over 1,800 advisors nationwide. Talk show radio, you also host together a talk radio show host, a radio show, there we go, talk radio show. And Robert is a motivational speaker. We've learned today he's also a singer, which is fabulous, and a stand-up comedian, so just I love the breadth that we have. Let's see, award-winning author, and both of you are passionate about empowering people around money in practical and profound ways, and I really appreciate that about you.
Appreciate you letting us do this with you.
I'm thrilled. So I'd love to warmly welcome both of you to the center of the stage.
Hi, our chapter is called Money Talks, Prevent Yours from Saying Goodbye.
Imagine being 27 years old and your whole life turned upside down. Well, that's what happened to me. My husband passed away in a tragic accident, leaving me to raise our 2-year-old daughter on my own. I had no job, no income, and no financial plan. I was scared to death. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was suddenly thrust into the role of the decision maker for our family with very limited knowledge of how that big financial world really worked. To make a long story very, very short, that experience has prepared me to coach, mentor, and educate women in their financial lives.
And I married her. So let me ask you a question. How many of you would get on an airplane if you didn't know where you were going? Many, maybe you would. Unfortunately, most people are doing that unwittingly with their money. Most people have no clue what's happening with their 401ks, their IRAs, the government-sponsored programs, who would rather keep you in the dark than actually enlighten you, because the more you're kept in the dark, the more easily you are manipulated. That being said, we took the role to make sure that each and every one of you was empowered to learn how money really works, the money products that affect you. And it's actually more important for women, I'll tell you why. Because most women outlive their male counterparts, often forced into the role of making financial decisions without having any clue how money really works. And Zig Ziglar once said, money isn't important, but it ranks right up there with oxygen.
Beautiful. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. So take a moment. Their chapter started on page 132. And just think about that. Having a plan, knowing where you're going, and getting support on the journey. If I could have my section 5 authors line up, actually, and our section 6. So if we can have our section 6 also line up, that would be great. Naomi, we're going to order the chapter, so you're page 163. Excited to have you here. So Naomi, I have to give you the microphone. Oh, there you go. So Naomi has an MBA. She is a speaker, best-selling author, dynamic seminar leader, and she is passionate about helping women create emotional freedom. Co-founder of, you have to help me pronounce this, Neurosuccessology?
Perfect.
And NLP practitioner.
NLP trainer. Yeah.
NLP trainer. I was working so hard on that other word. And she's passionate about you aligning to your true self and living that. Please warmly welcome the amazing Naomi Barakat. There we go, to the center of the stage. Woo!
And since we are mainly women here, I have to show you my Wonder Woman bracelet. My husband designed. Again, I wrote because we are time, I wrote, and because I'm going to read also from the book, so I wrote it, so let me tell you. So first of all, let me ask you, what is your unique spark and brand that differentiate you from anyone else? What is your unique life purpose? Life with internal conflict and without purpose is like expecting your GPS to take you to a place without setting in your destination. As neurosuccessologist, I love helping you see deep into your soul by unconsciously work and hypnotically work and Kabbalah wisdom so you can shine your unique spark so you prosper personally and professionally. So in this wonderful book, Step Forward and Shine, I wrote about live in alignment to fulfill your purpose. No more conflicts. And you can see on page 163, and I'm finishing. Finally, I realized all my conflicted parts had one thing in common. They all wanted to serve others and give more. Making money while leading a passionate life of purpose allows me to give even more. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Perfect. Kimberly, come on up. And I love your dress, by the way. I've been admiring it all day. It's so beautiful. So Kimberly, who we got to experience and meet today, is a teen breakthrough coach, founder of Academy for Independence, has a master's, and she's been supporting teens for over a decade, helping them transition powerfully into purpose and adulthood. And you're absolutely passionate about raising that next generation of leader. Please lean in. Warmly welcome the amazing Kimberly Scherer to the center, almost the center of the stage.
Thank you. My chapter is titled Choose Freedom Over Fear of Judgment. And in the chapter, I do give some practical tips on how to do that. But I'm a firm believer from my own experience and not stepping forward and shining until really meeting Rebecca and giving me the confidence to more boldly step into that. But was really due to judgments, and primarily my own judgments, that held me back, that kept me feeling small, and kept me stuck. And this is part of the work that I do with teens, because I want them to really get out of their limiting beliefs and self-judgments and self-doubts at 15 and 16 rather than 30, 40, and beyond. So, and the only thing that I want to add to that is just thinking here today, we talk about kindness to others and we talk about bullying. And I really think that it's an act of kindness to yourself to step out of self-judgment and self-doubt, because in a way, I feel like that's a bit of you being a bully to you. So, thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Love you. Love you too. Thank you. Beautiful. So her chapters start on page 170. Just making sure I'm letting everybody know. And then Michelle Calloway have you up next. On page 190, we'll find her beautiful chapter. Now, we got to talk a little bit earlier about some of what you do, but I'm still going to share it again. So, Michelle is a speaker, international best-selling author, founder and CEO of Revelio, which helps bring your story to life, right? Which I love. And she's absolutely passionate about helping authentic connections happen through augmented reality. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing and powerful Michelle Calloway to the center of the stage.
Thank you. So I wasn't always extroverted. Actually, I was very shy. But my journey started after my husband tragically lost his life. And my faith was really, really disrupted. And I tried to figure out what I was supposed to be doing with mine. So I told God, I'm all in. I have no idea what my purpose is now that my husband's gone. So what will you do with me? So about a decade later, I owned my own graphic design agency. Augmented reality was introduced to my life. And I couldn't sleep for 2 whole weeks. So when something grabs hold of you that hard, you know it's a calling. And my brain was lit like candy if you were putting me under an MRI machine. Anyway, I didn't quite understand what I was supposed to do with it until a young lady came to my office that saw that I could make images come alive with virtual content, and she'd fallen in love. Her soldier boyfriend was deployed overseas, and she missed him so much. So she's the one who came up with the concept of making something simple, like even a greeting card, come alive so that he could hear her and see her anytime he wanted. He said it rocked him to his core. I got chills all over my body. I started crying. I'm like loving the response. So my whole purpose now is to help humans connect through this portal called augmented reality. And it was, and that's what set me on this journey. So Technology with a Heart is the name of my chapter, and I hope you read it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you. Okay, we have Dr. Ruth. So Dr. Ruth's chapter starts on page 202. And she has been a lifelong student and teacher. You are a multi-award winning author.
Yes, I am. Thank you very much.
International, there we go. Award-winning international best-selling author. And you're deeply connected with spirit. And you're passionate and committed to helping people learn from the information you're getting and to share it out. And now you're doing that in all these different ways. From your podcast to writing to blogs to now starting a network. And you're passionate about helping more light workers reach more people. Can we warmly welcome the amazing Dr. Ruth Anderson to the center of the stage?
Thank you. Now I think I'm amazing too, so thank you. So my chapter is called The Final Gift. And 6 years ago now, my dearest friend of 26 years, Sylvia, died of stomach cancer. We didn't know she was sick. She taught me in her passing and after she passed that I'm intuitive. I had no idea. Some of the struggles that came with realizing I was intuitive, I had 2 main struggles. One was I was a Christian and I didn't know how to marry those 2 things when some people told me I couldn't. My other struggle was that I'm an introvert and I was being called to act like an extrovert. So those were huge for me. But Sylvia's gift continues giving, and that comes in line with supporting light workers in order to make a change across the planet. And I would like to acknowledge the people in this room that are already on Enlightened World Network. So Cynthia Stott, Carrie Kelly, Kimberly Scherer, Rachel Cooley, and Barbara Mariano. So thank you all for joining me along on this journey. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Cassandra. Now this is a new scarf.
Yes, for sure. I do all of it.
I like it. So you're tying one on again. That's great.
Like that, huh?
I did. So Cassandra is a style consultant, CEO of Statements in Style, former runway model in San Francisco and Milan, and she has had a passion for women and men to really show up, be seen, and share their beauty from the inside out. Please warmly welcome the amazing Cassandra Karabedian to the center of the stage.
Thank you. I would just like to say, you don't start, what you see here, it just didn't happen. As we all say today, we've all come through a journey. And my journey started on 5th Street. It took a village. In that village, there were many nationalities. American Japanese, American Mexican, French, Russian, many nationalities. We all saw each other. It's not one of those things where we said race didn't matter, we didn't see color. Yes, we saw the differences, but we acknowledged them and we embraced them. Holiday time like this, on my block, we all had like a, what would you say, we all exchanged dinners. So the kids, we would all go to each other's house, and the families would all exchange meals. So we all had each other's meals. That's the way I was raised. And what I want to say here is that we should all live in harmony, and we should choose what really matters, and we should run from chaos, and we should enjoy and celebrate our differences. Thank you.
Cassandra's chapter starts on page 208, and Jean Alford's starts on 214. So Jean, happy to have you here today. You've been in many of our projects and books, and I appreciate that and your support of so many of the things that you are willing to lend your talent and your heart to things that we're doing and bringing forward, and I appreciate that about you.
Oh, thank you.
So Jean is a speaker, a trainer, a writer, a PR expert of experts. She has directed national and international public relation programs, and today she's passionate about helping you share your story in media in a powerful and purposeful way. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Jean Alford to the center of the stage.
My chapter is leveraging that magic moment. We all have magic moments every day. We just may not recognize them. I call them deep breaths, because when you take a deep breath, it allows your brain to catch up to your mouth. It allows you to change a reaction to a deliberate, thoughtful reply. It allows you to change talking to communicating. And when you can do that, you get to change the energy in a room. You get to change the energy between you and the person listening to you. And you also get to do something extremely important. Listening to the other person and seeing the world from their eyes. This is all in a nanosecond. This is when we say between the stimulus and the response, you get to choose heaven or hell. I choose heaven. So when you see me do this, I get to change the tenor of the communication. And that's what I write about, leveraging those magic moments, because we have something to say, and we have the power to change the world. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Carrie Kelly. So, Carrie Kelly is a writer, a speaker, a performer, amazing vocalist, deeply passionate about sharing her voice of courage and inspiration to change the course of children. She wants to protect children and end child abuse. Can we please lean in, warmly welcome the powerful Carrie Kelly to the center, there we go, of the stage.
The title of my chapter is called From Garbage to Golden. Has anyone ever felt like garbage? I am legally blind because of childhood abuse. I am a black woman living in America right now. If you watch the news or pay attention to any media, I might feel like garbage based on the messages that come my way. But what would happen if I just didn't believe those messages? There are children right now that are receiving messages that make them feel like garbage. And if you have access to any one of them, please let them know that it's not true and that they are golden. Thank you.
Right here. Beautiful. Can we give a round of applause for amazing authors of Step Forward and Shine?